All right. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? I think so. All right, we're going to be doing a BART VFX. We're just going to see what we can accomplish in this hour. We're going to be moving and grooving. I'm going to try my best not to overthink it. But, I mean, you kind of have to overthink some of this, right? Okay, so I don't know what's the best way to start. Let's get some ideas going here. What I will say is definitely check out some of Bart's free stuff. I have some of his free transitions, and I've been using some of his text animations that he gives out for free too. I think they're great. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna pick this one. I think this is the one. Okay. People who work without losing quality, stay ahead. All right, so I'm pretty sure he uses Deep Glow. I'm gonna try my best and just using stuff that's native instead of paid stuff. Okay, so with some of these, I have an idea of what they can do. I'm a video editor. Luxury car, what is up? Good to see ya. I'm gonna see what we can do on some of these, because I think I understand some of these animations. All right, let's do a new comp. Let's do just 10 seconds. All right, so it was like an orange, right? So we had a text layer. It says editor. It's kind of shining through. Okay, so that's Montserrat for sure. Let's do editor. If I could spell. Okay, we'll do Montserrat. Montserrat. I really don't know how to say it. Let's do italicized. All right, I'm gonna line it up. Boom, boom. Am I still streaming? Looks like it. Okay, good to go. All right, for there, I think easy stuff that's already native on here is glow. Just throw a glow on there. Great. Let's do full just so I know what's happening here. All right, so we can kind of mess with this. We can bump it up, we can bump it down. Move the intensity. Hello, brother, what's up? Not much, man. We're trying to take out what we can in this hour. We're doing BART VFX. I'm just looking at it and eyeballing things. That's all I'm doing. Okay. So I think there is a filter on this, which looks kind of cool. Kind of has some CRT, but that could just be my screen. All right, so we need an animation going around, and it tapers off. So that is definitely trim path, in my eyes. That's what I think. So I will start something. Let me click off. So let's just make a circle. Something like that, right? So I'm going to turn off fill. I'm going to enable stroke. And let's try with, like, I don't know, 7. All right. So we have something like that. I'm going to smooth these out so it's more, kind of like a circle. So we'll do the vertex tool. And we're just going to click these. All right. It's not bad. I'm kind of moving around if I need to. Can adjust those handlebars from the vertices. Let's do something like that. This isn't too bad. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. All right, so just by the look of it, okay, so this side is tapering off. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So I might actually bump this up back to 10. All right, so we're gonna open this up. Yesterday I made Houston edit. It took me a day, and after that, After Effects took 5 hours. 5 hours to render? Wow. How long was it? That's wild. If it's on a laptop, I think that makes more sense. But goodness, Vic, good for you. I would love to see it. Hello, Saturn's Ring. How are you doing? I'm doing great, man. Doing good. I got a bunch of projects, so I'm just trying to fill in the time to spend time with y'all. and just talk through things that I'm seeing online. That's about all I have time for these days. So, yeah. I'm doing well, man. Thanks. All right, we're going to add a trim path. And then here we have some options. So on the stroke, we definitely want to do taper. Let's see where the start and end is. Let me zoom in a bit. I think we need a round cap, not a butt cap. Yeah, we'll do round cap. Change that round cap, so now they're a little bit rounded on the edges. And then where is the end? Yeah. See, now we can have it kind of taper. We can ease it too if we need to. That's kind of more for the animation, but we'll do that here in a second. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I need to taper that at all. But I do need to taper this side. No, it's on my PC, but I use too much effects on it like Red Giant. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, man, I would love to see it. Alright, so I'm just tapering this. Do something like that. That's good enough. Alright, for the color, let's do like a really bright orange. I don't know, something like that. And then we'll hit it with glow. I don't have deep glow. Don't yell at me. I don't have deep glow. Alright. I messed with the color channels, didn't I? Didn't mean to. Okay. Something like that. It's not bad. Turn up the intensity a bit. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great. Control C, Control V. I can maybe put a few more of these on here. Right? Yeah. Okay. That's not terrible. Do need to make it more orange though, but I'll just go with that. That's fine. And then we're gonna make the animation, right? Mahad, what's up? Bro, my PC specs is Ryzen 3600 with a 370 and 32 gigabit, but my Premiere Pro not working smoothly as they wanted to run on the specs. Kindly need help. I do use Deep Glow for such. Yeah, I haven't really spent the time to go and buy Deep Glow. It's like $50, and I'm like, I really don't feel like paying for that. You have a cracked one? I try to stay away from that conversation, you know. But hey, man, use what works. You guys might hear my dog. What, do you want to play? I don't know. Let's do something quick, like, I don't know, 12 seconds. Move that to the end. And then we'll do F9. We turn in this influence. Boom, look at that. Okay. I think that's cool. In terms of radial blur, is it radial blur or radial fast blur? Maybe it's fast blur. So now I can kind of like pop things out if I wanted to. So we could do, instead of standard, we can do brightest. Right? So we can really kind of point this out. Could do something like that. That's kind of overboard. Yeah. But we could also do radial fast blur on... oops, didn't mean to do that. What happened? Okay. It actually didn't look bad on the default. So instead of that, I could do... Let's take this off. Let's go to editor. Control V. Yeah. Because I know he's doing this. Like you can kind of move it around. You can also, you know, have it bright. I've done this a few times. But yeah, I mean it's not bad for the first one. Kind of quick and dirty example. Because I think he's using radial fast blur on this image now that I look at it. Oh, he just... Okay. That one's pretty easy, right? So let's go ahead and turn these off, hide these. Let's do another one, Control T. Sets time. Go ahead and sync that. And then we can do a few things here. Like there's a bunch of different ways you could do this, but it's just kind of going forward in time. Control Shift D. And then here we just change it to stroke, right? I mean, that's about the only idea that I have. Make it white, turn it down, let's do like 2. Okay, and then radial fast blur. Cool, do brightest, bam. Look at that. So then, boom. So I think he sells it with like a big flash. Yeah, it's a bunch of, what do you call those? Film burns, just transitions. Okay. Time. Creative energy. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, okay. So I kind of like what's happening here. I did download some of his free text layers. So I do have like Bart. I have a few text animations, rather. Mahad said, I am using the cracked one. Will it mix my butter when I buy the original one? I know, right? It's like, how much more money do we have to spend on this stuff? Adobe's expensive as it is. That's why I have this little guy down here that I've been playing with. I don't know, guys. It's been tempting to switch over to DaVinci, if I'm being real. My dog's sitting down now. Okay. So, I mean, to really fill it in, this is like one of my favorite ones. A little lag. I'm trying, man. The parameters keep changing on my computer. Now my camera's not working. That's great. That's great. All right, I think you guys can still hear me. My camera is still not working. Isn't that great? Okay, we're switching over, VR1. There it is. I don't know, guys. YouTube gives me different parameters each time I stream, it feels like. Because at first it was fine with the current bit rate, and then now it's saying, hey, you need to lower it. And I feel like the bit rate just keeps getting lower and lower. I think this one it said it's 65. We're gonna apply that. Click OK. Hopefully it's happy with that. If not, I don't know. Oh, it said 68. Son of a gun. Sorry, y'all. Once you think you have it down, something changes. Let's do 6,800. Apply. Okay. All right. That should be fine. Yeah, a little lag. Okay, I kind of film burn transition text animation using Fireflare. Fireflare. Nice. All right, so for this one, what does he say? A decent video. Okay. Let's just type that in. Get rid of these. Okay, Control T. A decent video. What does that look like? Okay, pretty standard. Okay, something like that, right? So, what else is going on here? Radial fast blur. I don't know. I don't know if that's radial fast. It could just be glow. Let me open these back up. Let me take the glow from here. Glow. Control C. Go back here. Turn these off. I think I'll do glow on both of them. I think that'll look fine. Alright, so there's a bit of glow on there now. So now we just duplicate this, and then we do fill, turn off the stroke, And then we just have this animation. Is it number 2? Haha. Haha. Okay, that's not bad. 4th, what is up? Hello. Hello to you. If you see it all, text and movement most of the time. If you see it all, text and movement most of the time. Few ways that you could do that in terms of moving it around. Yeah, I mean, a bunch of film burns. I mean, in this case, you could do a pre-comp it, you know, like say that I just pre-comp this and I can move the position parameter on that pre-comp. So as it comes in or whenever. What's up, Kyle? It's KJams from the community. What is up, KJams? Great interviews on the camera. I can't believe you got Ed from Film Booth on there. Great work. Oh yeah, and I signed up for your newsletter, so I'll be looking forward to what you put out. All right, so for here, you know, kind of what we were talking about, we do position, right? We can do wiggle. We can do something subtle. Frequency, frequency and amplitude. All right, so now it's all kind of moving around, kind of bouncing. I might do something a little bit more drastic. Let's do like 5 and like, I don't know, 8. So now this is really moving, right? I don't know, it's kind of some quick ways that you could do it. I think you can also do it on both of the text layers if you wanted to. But that's kind of what's going on there. What else is on this one? I think there's another line path that we could do. All right, we did that line path. Okay. Oh, okay. So there's another one. Let's do that line path too. Does anyone remember what that was? I forgot what the word was. There's that one. Stay ahead. Okay, stay ahead is one of them. Okay. Takes to make a decent video. Processes. Okay, processes. All right, same thing here. I'm going to turn these off. We got Con Lifts. Long time no see. Thanks for the love support. Yeah, man. Of course. Of course. Where is it? Come here. Drop it. She just woke up from her nap, so she's ready to play. Okay. Next thing was I'm turning these off. That's what I meant to do. All right. Processes. 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 All right, and same thing. Same thing, right? In my mind. If you guys have different idea, let me know. I'm going to use a pen tool. I'm going to make sure it's clicked off so it's the actual shape layer. I'm moving it across. Something like a zigzag. Something like that, right? Did it? I wonder if I paused it on there. So, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that what I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look how good I am. Just kidding. All right, we're going to do convert. Let's round these out, huh? Boom, boom, boom. All right. So we can move these up and just use our motion tool or selection tool. And then we can just move these bars around. I'm going to even them out. Move these handles. It's not bad, hey. I think this last one needs to be pretty smooth. Try and make it smooth. Oh, I could just take a screenshot. Goodness. How about I do that for a change? Guess who recorded their first piece of short form content? G. Guess who recorded? You did? I know the last time we talked, man, you were making some great long form stuff. Yeah, man, I'll check it out. If you want to send me a DM on Discord, feel free to, man. I'd love to check it out. What am I doing? I'm doing snipping tool. All right, let me see if I can match that. Just because I want to get the, I want to try and get the same result. All right, we got what? About 40 minutes. Let's see what else that we can tackle. Our downloads, put that in here. Here we go. Scale this up. Something like that. Position. Okay, that ain't bad. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Go ahead and put it under. I mean, it wasn't terrible, right? All right, so let's go ahead and move these around. Let's get those vertices going. You see these. What I might do is I'll just redo it. That's fine. Let's do pin. Here. 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 Okay. Same thing, vertex. Ooh, man. All right. Same thing here. Gonna bend this one down. Oops, didn't mean to do that. It's not bad. Okay. Kind of smooth these out with selection tool. It's not bad. Could do another vertex right here, but I'm just trying to work it. All right. How about it? How about it? It's not bad. All right, so we're here. We can just taper it up. Let's taper that thing up. Go to stroke, taper, open it up. In length? Yeah. Something like that. Start in width. Take it down just a little bit. It's not bad. Okay. I think that's cool. It happens pretty fast. I think what might be smoother if they're like 7 frames. We'll go with that. So for we'll do trim path. That will be the animation. So we'll do end, keyframe at the 7 mark, keyframe at the start mark. So then here at the 7th, it'll be 100%. See where this starts. Yeah, I mean just 0, right? And then we'll do F9. And then I'm going to change the influence on the 2nd keyframe. Scoot it on in. Yeah. Not bad. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. I think I did kind of like how this looks though. I don't think it has a glow on it. So we can do a glow. Put a glow on there. Let me take off the example real fast. What does that look like? So it looks pretty plain Jane. Bump up the glow radius a bit. I mean, there's a little bit of glow there. I think I do like using the radial fast blur, but like keeping it on the default. Let me see what I can play with. So shape layer. It's not terrible, right? I can kind of move around how it looks. Something more in the middle. Yeah, it looks kind of crazy. Because I can also bump it down, right? Yeah, that looks a little weird. But, you know, different things that you can mess with. Have it kind of come from the side, brightest. It's not bad. Okay. I don't have deep glow, bro. And I ain't about to pirate it. It's like 50, 60 bucks. Yeah, man. People pirate my stuff, but I'm not about to pirate their stuff. Okay. I think I'm cool with that. What's the next one? See, there's like a stronger taper on that. Summer sale coming up. Yeah, it's already up. Yeah, all of that is already up. All the courses are 50% off. Same with the community. I think I'm going to close the community. Like, it's not going to end, but I'm just going to, I think, cap it off at the end of this month. Because I'm going to be working on a lot of creative projects with clients. So I don't want people to have to pay for the community and they feel like they're not getting immediate value because I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff. So I'll probably cap the community this month, but the courses will keep getting updates and all that. It'll just be a little bit slimmer. Okay, so I mean, this is trim path again. I don't think we have to go through that. In terms of all of his stuff, like, I would just go on his shop because he does have some free stuff, like the text animations that I just showed you. Because I'm pretty sure I have his like transitions. Transition. Where is this from? This is Premiere Composer. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Because I think this is also, here's another example that I was copying, like as I was practicing. Yeah, I mean, we have those. So one thing I haven't experimented with, which is, please correct me in the chat, I'm sure you will, is ChatGPT's video, like the one that Bart uses a lot. I think Tom's Project talked about it. I can't remember what it was. I thought it was just ChatGPT, where he was getting these images, or they look kind of cartoonish, but they're really like smooth and stuff like that. Let me know what that one is, because I'm pretty sure it's ChatGPT. I mean, this is all line path. As far as like this text effect, there's a few things. There's a few ideas I have on that. That's what it's called. Pretty sure you're right, Vic. It's like Dolly AI. Yeah, Dolly 4. Dolly 2. Let me guess, a subscription? Which people could say the same about me. Dolly 3. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's this one. Dolly 3. So Dolly 2. Yeah, that's probably it. So with that, products, try and ChatGPT. Because I mean, that's the chunk of it. As far as like the camera movements, there's all kinds of stuff that you could do. If I did a camera on this one, yeah, let's just try that. Dolly 3, yeah, try. Okay. So like if it costs money, I'm not about to pull all that up on stream. But I think it is a good thing to start messing with for the next one. Yeah, you have to upgrade for Dolly. Yeah. Okay, it's $20 a month. Okay. Yeah, we'll figure that out. That's cool. All right, as far as camera movements, let's just I don't know, let's mess with a few things. We have what, 20 minutes? 20, 30 minutes? Okay, let me open these up. So we have a decent video. We have this, processes. Okay, so let's just make a camera coming from these text layers, right? Let's get an idea of what you're working with. Didn't mean to do that. New camera. Great. Now everything needs to be in 3D, but I'm going to have this camera nulled. Okay, I'm going to select everything. All these shape layers need to be in 3D space. All right, so key thing here, in case if you guys haven't seen like 3D videos, they all kind of start in the same spot when it comes to the position. So when I open these up, let's go ahead and look at this position. We can see that they're all kind of starting at 0, right? Let's take a gander at where the camera's starting. It starts at this negative 1500 pixels number, which is different, right? But if we go to our null, where's that going to start? Any guesses? 0. It's going to start at 0. So it makes it a little bit easier to kind of digest of what's happening with the camera. But right now, if I select these layers, the processes, the decent video, all of them are sitting in the same spot. So that's where it kind of looks like they're overlapped. To create some separation, we can move these forward with the Z axis. We have X and Y, left and right, up and down, which is the Y axis. And then the Z axis is going forward and backward. So that is this third parameter here in the position settings. So for this one, let's do decent video as first, and we're going to zoom in into processes. Let's just do that. So decent video is first. We had a text animation, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. So both of these, I'll have position open. I'm going to select both of them, and I'm going to move these backward. Or did I say that backward? No, I want these forward. So now they appear in front of processes physically, where they sit in this 3D space. Oh, this part is in front. Okay. So processes in the shape layer, I'm going to move backward, right? So I'm going to have these be a little bit backward. Now, there's a few things that you could do here with the camera. With the camera, you have actual camera options here. So we open up camera options, and we can change the perception of what the camera is seeing with the focus distance. So if we move this, let's see here. Let's turn on depth of field. We have this bar here, and we can now tell, hey, focus on what is closer, right? Now we can separate this a little bit more. Let me go ahead and do that. Take processes, let's separate this way back here. Now it looks a little bit more blurry because we're telling it to focus on this. Now I'm going to move my camera back a little bit further too, just to create even more separation. Okay, so now if I move our decent video layers up here, closer to the camera, I can now tell the camera to focus on what's in front of it. Blur level 100%, focus distance, right? So now it's super blurry, but I can have it focus right here, right? So that's one way to do it. I think another way, and honestly, this is kind of what I do most of the time. People may not like it, but this is what I do. So I want to get closer to this text layer, right? But I want this in the background, this processes that's in the background. Let me move this in the layer stack too. I want this to be blurry. So I'm just going to tell it to be blurry with something like Gaussian blur. So Gaussian blur, throw that on here. I don't know, let's do like 100. That's super blurry. Let's do like 50. All right. So with that, we can start those keyframes. I'll kind of mark up what I want to happen here. So I want to be really close on decent video. So what I can do for this shape layer and the processes is that I'll have Gaussian blur enabled, and I'll move these keyframes. I'm going to do U. So I'm going to move these keyframes. Let's have this happen at the 1 second mark. All right. So at the 1 second mark, I'm going to have us start moving toward that other text layer. Let me just mark it up. 1 second mark. There it is. All right. So in this time, I'm also going to use T for both of these. So we'll do T. Opacity is going to be at 0. And then once it gets closer over here, I'm going to start bringing it in at 100%. And with Gaussian blur, I'm going to start it at that 1 second mark. Blurriness at 50. And this is where we're going to start moving forward. And then once it gets here, we're taking the blurriness down to 0. All right, so starting out, we shouldn't be able to see any of that. So with my null, this is technically my camera, I'm going to move it forward. So I'm going to go to the 10 frame mark. I'm coming in real fast. I'm zooming in. And now I'm going to accentuate this with the speed, with the speed graph. So I'll do F9. And now I'm going to have my camera go forward really fast. Right? Really fast. And then I'll pull it back out, right? So I'll just do the same thing. So with that keyframe, I can then make one keyframe. So it's standing still for a second, and then I'm going to move way back out. Let's do, I don't know, 25. So I'll move out, way back out, and then I'm going to go straight through that text layer, and we're going to see the next one. So now, the 1 second mark, as this one is starting to show up, I'm then bringing this straight through this text layer, and now we have processes ready. So now I'm going to kind of bring this back just a little bit, still in view. Okay, then let me see these. These are, yeah, so by default, I think all the influences is where I need them. Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, nice. Oh yeah, I need to turn motion blur on everything. Let's do motion blur. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna render this out. Let's do that work area. In, all right, render that. Okay, that's not bad. I could have some more separation because you see where my camera's landing. So if we look at where that camera, like the camera is barely in front of that. So I could have a little bit more separation on this, which I think I'll do. A little bit more separation. Now I got to kind of mess with these keyframes, but I think it still works. Okay. So you can also accomplish the same thing by going left or right. But that's kind of a quick example of just working with those text layers, to where if I wanted to move into a different frame, I can actually just move the camera. But anyway. Wow, sorry. I kind of just got caught up with what I was doing. All right. Hey man, loving these tutorials. Thank you for these. Yeah. Try this one is free AI. Vic. Yeah, thanks, guys. Con lifts. Wait till you see Ivan Con style. G. Working on the creative direction at the moment. Awesome. Can't wait to see it, man. Very cool. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have just adopted. I think pretty much everyone graduated from the Ali Abdaal style. It's kind of that paper collage. And I feel like people like the really, really clean visuals with Bart, and I feel like I keep seeing more people do Aman Ghazi. I feel like a lot of people are using his stuff too. Kind of, and like this is a quick example of what I'm talking about. They might make like some like infographic. Turn off stroke, turn on fill. Right, they might make like an infographic. Let me make that white. Has rounded corners. We can round those corners a little bit more. And they'll put like some like text layer in it. Let me turn all these off. Let me hide them too. Okay, so if we're just focusing on this, let me see. This is why it's important for me to practice, because I'm like, I have this theory in mind, but I'm like, well, maybe if I don't know if it works. So say that I'm saying things. I'm saying things. Woo, great. All right, so this would be, you know, black. This is just like an infographic. We're telling people something that's formal. Something that's formal. What am I saying? We're just telling people something. All right, let's bump this down. Great. Line that up. All right, so I can move this around. I'm just doing quick stuff here. Okay. Right, so they have an infographic. They might null it. You could also do this with a bunch of them if you wanted to. But I'm going to take both of these and say, hey, make this your parent. And then now I can move this around. So people will do, let's do motion blur on these. Make a position parameter, move it over. Have it come in here. Great. So now we have this. Let's smooth it out. Right. Okay. And then when they do that, they also have what, like a few textures. I'm trying to think of, is it rough and edges? We'll throw that on here. I don't think I can throw it on the null. In this case, I throw it on the shape layer. I could do a pre-comp too. See, that's kind of the thing though. It's like, which one are you doing first? So I can change the border, right? And then people might do turbulent displace with posterized time. Oh yeah, I have that. So I can do that on the shape layer. Does this have keyframes on it? Yeah, so they kind of get that movement. Now instead I could have done instead of posterized time on this, I could put it on the comp. Like there's different ways that you could layer it, but I'm seeing more and more of this happen. I really like Ali Abdaal style. Yeah. Yeah, I think the element I like most, which has gotten really popular, is just cutting out the background. No matter if you use a green screen or not, like you can just cut out the background. Throw yourself in, throw yourself out. Vox too. Yeah. Also, bro, everyone's hopping on the buy maximize style. Yeah, you got to show us how to edit in that style. There's really, so what's funny is that I'm actually working with an agency and we're playing with that. I won't reveal too many thoughts that I have on that just because I'm actually going for it. But what I will say is, I guess some of the easy stuff. So say that I have this thing of Conor McGregor. Now it's not a video, but this is something that I see a lot, and people were going crazy. I was like, what? That's just a blending mode. People don't know that, but you know, whatever. So I'll scale this down, right? So say that this is the frame, and then we have like text layers that are being stacked. So we have like something like that. We have this in a different size. Right, bump that up. Let's make this white. Okay. Great. I'm just doing a simple example here. All right, so we have like texts that are stacked, right? So those are coming in at different points, but what I've seen that by Maximize do is that he'll use one of these text layers, or I'm sorry, blending modes. So it looks cool of what is happening on screen because it's just inverting some of those colors and you're working with whatever's on screen. So you can see that his tie is being like manipulated and whatever, like you can still kind of see it. So one of the easiest ways, excuse me, one of the easiest ways to kind of play with those is just with the blending modes. And one of them that we've been using a lot is just these specific blending modes. You get different looks. Most of what I've seen him use is difference. But yeah. So like, but like this works with the video that is moving. So say that this was moving around. I know it's a still image, but you know, it's still it's still interacting with what is on screen, and it's just with a blending mode. Like that's how easy it is to manipulate it. Everyone's hopping on it. But yeah, you got to show us how to edit and that stuff. I mean, as far as editing, it's really just finding. It's really just finding what. Okay, I really shouldn't say it's easy because it's really like you have to critically think about what narrative or story you're trying to pull out. And then I think he compounds that with famous people or people that are really well known or like a genius in something. But yeah. So it's kind of like building all of, like you're building a story inside of maybe one quote, maybe two quotes. And then how can you supply that B-roll? How can you find that B-roll? What I do is I use OBS to record my screen, but I'll record it in 4K. I have a 4K monitor. One thing that I didn't mention recently is that in order to record in a higher resolution, you need to have a canvas or a base that is in that resolution. So if you have a 1080p monitor, you're only going to be able to record up to 1080p. So I have a 4K monitor, so I'm able to record 4K footage. Yeah, show us how to critically think. It takes a while, man. It takes a while to do this. Like, I'm trying to get better with articulating. I do have a bonus video that I did for an agency on what I do to look for a clip, but I can kind of talk about some of that creative stuff of how to put something together. Jan Z, what's up? Hey Kyle, just finished my client shorts and your stream popped up when I was on my phone. Well, thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. So the creative stuff. A lot of it is one-liners. You know, one-liners are great. I guess the process is finding a quote that you like, finding the B-roll, getting the transitions, and the transitions and sound design is what makes it come together. Now, the other thing that you could do is instead of trying to find a quote or trying to piece quotes together, you can also use a song. You could do a song to dictate the edit. So when a drum hits, when a bass hits, if a crash cymbal like a switch, you could make those changes with the B-roll. And then you could also supplement those changes with, I'll show you what we're going to watch an example. Oh, I don't know if I could play the sound though. I don't know if I can play the sound. Has anyone gotten in trouble for playing a short on YouTube? Will that get copyright striked? Because there was there's this short creator that does a great job, And he recently did it on this Drake and Kendrick Lamar. There he is. This guy. Music Media Co. So if you guys want to watch, I think it's this one. Yeah, pretty sure it's this one. Yes, it is this one. So a lot of it is from a song, and you know, it's B-roll trying to capture the emotion. So like he's saying hate, and it's like he's like really frustrated, and you know, like he's grabbing context to what is being said, right? That is B-roll. And these other visuals that are coming on screen, he's adding sound effects because he's like, oh, it's going to be direct. And it's like a Doppler sound, like, duh, 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 like, oh man, like something's about to happen. And then he has something else. Where is it? But like on all of these transitions, like there's still like a punch or an impact happening. I'm trying to find it. It's like, I think, oh yeah. So it's this fairy tale. So, you know, it's like, oh, there's butterflies, there's a book, whatever. And then it like does a hard impact into this time. But like all of that is being supplemented around of song. So there's two different ways that you could do it. Is around a song, and then if you're trying to build a quote. And I feel like by Maximize, they don't have to be that long. I think most of the research we've done so far is like they're between 15 and 20 seconds as far as like the really like impactful stuff. Because there's kind of like a dichotomy happening there with by Maximize. Is that, let's go ahead and go back. By Maximize, there he is. Because he talks about like the importance, like, I mean, here's his mission statement right here: optimize your life, maximize your potential. And he talks about this weapon of mass destruction, but you know, it's like you're creating that content, so there's like this dichotomy of, oh, you're still kind of feeding the algorithm and stuff. This is what I meant by what we just did with that difference blend layer. Yeah, he does that a lot on this. But yeah, so you're finding a quote or finding a song, and you can find those examples on his page. Now there's some other stuff that people are getting more creative with, right? We're playing with that too. Yeah, there's another blending mode on there, that subtract or difference. But yeah, I have some ideas around that, man. Also, I want to learn edit like Nat. I mean, feel free to check out his stuff, man. He also uses TrackMat. Yep. I mean, it kind of depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I haven't seen Nat in a while. He put out a great video on YouTube. It's kind of crazy to see the different audiences that are on YouTube. Like a creator like myself, and I'm going to have to jump off here in a second, but a creator like myself, like I'm really long-winded. And I feel like I do better on YouTube. But with the type of content that's on here, see, like you have Nat stuff here. You know, some of it really, really hits. And like these are great. Like I don't have any single reel on my page that has done any numbers like this. And then you go to YouTube, and it's like a totally different audience. I feel like the only person that's really figured that out is Mr. Beast. But, you know. Yeah, this one, really good. Really good nuggets in here. Like, really, really good. I think it's really distracting for a viewer like me, because he literally talks about the times he zooms in. He's like, everything... I think one of the nuggets that I remember from it is there's something happening every 2 seconds. And he's even doing that on this YouTube video. It's like, bro, stop. Like, you'll see him zoom in and out the entire video. And I feel like we're just, like, killing ourselves with how much this is happening. Like, we're dumbing down our brains. Anyway. But yeah, like if you want to learn more, dude, just watch that. And he has some other tutorials on here. Oh, that's a different creator. He had like some walkthrough, but you know, like you look at his shorts and they don't do anywhere near the numbers that his stuff does on IG. Really strange. Is this not him? This is not him. What the heck? This might be. Yeah, this looks like someone else. Here's his stuff. Let me make sure. Okay, so like, I mean, it's not bad, but you know, different audiences, I guess. Master CapCut in 30 days. Yeah, I guess he goes back and forth. Because, like, I've seen him do most of his stuff is in CapCut, but I've also seen him open up After Effects. So I'm like, I don't know what he's doing. Too overwhelming. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. Nat changed his style and copied Joshua J. Dude, y'all are really in this. Which goes to show you, like, I am really not in this short form niche. Like, I'm kind of diversified around. His first video popped. Too overwhelming. Who is that? Joshua? I don't think I've heard of that. Joshua J. Oh, I think that was it. Okay. All right, well, it looks like both of them talked. Market is just trying to replicate Nat Houston's estate. Okay, hey, I mean, he's in with it. Because I think that's what's happening too. So, I mean, he's working inside After Effects. There you go. Who does that remind you of? Reminds me of Bart. Same exact thing. Trim paths, moving around. All right, cool. But I mean, you gotta have something attached to it. Okay, here's the last thing, and I'll say, because I really need to jump off. Click on the design video. Okay. Mm-hmm. Impress other editors. Yeah, exactly. But if you actually want to retain the viewer and get your client the results that you promised them. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, if you try and break down like what's happening here, like nothing is really coming like dropping past where his chin is. And I know there's like all types of like tips on that, is like try and keep this eye line here. Adobe, I think, even has a preset. If you want to start out, it gives you kind of like an eye line guide. So I think what's interesting, and it's also the message too. Like you can edit something like crazy, right? But if the content isn't good, it's probably not going to hit. That's also a thing. All right. Very clean style, in my opinion. Very minimalistic. Yeah. How do you come up with your own style? Well, I've tried to just mimic things that I like about the methods that I did. So, you know, I started with Alex Hormozy. Well, I mean, it started way before that. I've been editing for like 10 years, but it's kind of a cycle, in my opinion. Now it's just easier. That's why this editing niche is even a thing, is because it's easier to edit now. But not only the information, but the software has gotten so much better in the past 3 years. Because before that, it was still pretty clunky. Like, I think in 2020 was when Premiere had subtitles, right? Like, it took them that long to do subtitles. Sheesh. But now, you have even free applications like CapCut coming in with subtitles, and then they have all these presets. So the market has gotten saturated for sure, but I feel like you're finding editors meet in different parts of their journey. Like, I've been in this for about 10 years. I know how to edit things, but this is an entirely different application to editing. Like it's a whole nother segment. Like, these editors aren't editing movies, they're editing short form content. That's totally different than editing a movie. But I feel like they have to go backwards through the process, because now they have all of these tools at their disposal, but now they have to understand the fundamentals of what to put together. And a lot of what you can get away with is using sound design. Instead of like the visual aspects, it's like even this is like killing me right now. Like, he's having it jump all over the screen, which in some of this, like, this is more focused. We're staying kind of at the bottom of where his chin is. But anyway, I need to finish that thought and I'll jump off. But let me go ahead and get this camera. Anyway. All right, so kind of last thoughts here. I do want to talk about motion design and video editing, because I feel like we're still running into the issue of charging less. I feel like the Hormozy style opened up the AI stuff, which I think is great, especially if you're doing like podcast stuff with clients of that nature, if you have like packages. But I do want to draw the distinction of, like, these are different skill sets. And I feel like a lot of editors are not understanding that, like, hey, you have a lot of skills. This is really valuable. Why are you charging so little? Because I have a lot of young people fresh out of high school that are getting into this industry, and they're charging like $5, $8, $10 for something that's really complicated. And you're going to get burnt out in a month or 2 or 3. Like, good luck making it into a year. Because, they might hire someone in a third world country that will do an edit for $3 and you're charging people $10 or $20. They're like, oh, that's profit. But it's like, I mean, how much profit is it really? Whereas, like I've talked about on this channel, making your own offer, how important that is. But I just want to keep continuing to be an advocate for editors, because if you're gaining all of these skills, why on earth are you charging nothing for it? Like, you got to have some value for yourself. And this is coming from someone that, like, I've undervalued myself in so many different situations, and I don't want that to be a reality for a next generation of editors that have, like, so many more tools, so many more resources that are completely free. Like, there's no question why this space is now saturated. Really, how you set yourself apart is if you're able to go long enough, and if you have yourself in mind. If you have yourself in mind and, like, you want to make this a lasting career, you're going to do those things that put you in those positions. But I feel like it really starts with just making the early mistakes and correcting them, so you're charging more on every single job, so you can make something that's actually sustainable. Because I keep having these conversations with editors that will feel like, oh, I feel like I'm not charging enough. It's like, well, that's kind of on you. And I say that lovingly, because I have to tell myself that. Like, why did I not charge more for this? Like, I need editors to, like, start getting into that mindset of, like, dude, you are valuable. You do great work. Like, you're getting better by the day. It takes time. You're not going to make $10,000 your first month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months in. Like, it's not going to happen that fast. And for the ones that it does, great. Good for them. I promise they won't be that sustainable, because this specific niche, the short form niche, just switches. It just switches. But anyway. What's up, babe? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm about to get off. She's laying in her bed. Yeah. Yeah. I hope the kids are treating you well. I have a solution to make your own brand that just make your own brand value. Start an Insta page or something. Are you telling me to do that? Because I have an Insta page. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I tried to go, again, like, this is just me. I should have went all in on YouTube. But instead I tried to branch out on Instagram, and that was not the right move. But yeah, like I'm on Instagram. No for students. Start an Instagram page or something. No for students. I don't know what you mean by that, Vic. But thank y'all. Hey man, just jumped on to say hi. Hey, you just caught me right when I was about to head off. Can y'all see Nala? Let me see here. Let me switch the camera. Come here. Come here. Give me the ball. Come here. She's doing her circles, her laps. Drop it. Come here. She wants me to get off so bad. I'm not gonna get that. Come here. It's too far. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, K Jams. It's good to see you. Keep up the good work, man. Drop it. There's a throw for y'all. All right, y'all. My friend made an Insta to show his video editing, and he is getting clients with good money. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, it is out there. It is out there. I don't want to feel like I'm putting out this doom and gloom type thing. I just think it's important so you guys have sustainable careers in doing this thing. Like this community and this job I've been doing for a while, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. But I'll be talking to y'all soon. I'll see y'all soon. Thanks again for jumping on, and have a good one. Thank y'all.